never I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Yo, abusian for a year ura KSM and KSM. Wabekasa edi afa electoral commission huna ura KSM echrimua. Electoral commission yamame Jane Mensah eda no. Ose ohwe de ekoso ewo manmuni ni otete pa dia obetumi akase anhwa na elections we problem aba na problem no so a ebeba no se ebeba pa dia na ebi free electoral commission akache ni nsem bi a wakeka a wo kire se eno na electoral commission ya bitumi di uja ato oman mu ene warning na wode ato ho de ama wo mu na mepese mebo ede kire mpacho yenko na yenko the KSM show the channel no so na yenko fasa ankomo a was don't rig the elections, the future of Ghana is in your hands. KSM to EC yenko ni nkuti nkomo no mra pacho metro say aha PENDREAM TV to subscribe to the channel no like video no na wa share ato other platforms so na kire wa dwen e comment section no ase efa mayen pacho yenko ni nkuti yura KSM ne nkomo a odi efa electoral commission ni election 2024 December 7th election no ni ehwe the echo
said on the show is in the national interest. Folks, what am I talking about? I'm talking about we're going to have an election and all we are looking for is to have a peaceful election. In general, Ghana was the first country south of the Sahara to gain independence. Ghana is the gateway to Africa. Ghana is this, and do you know Nuja? It means we can talk. Okay? Yes, and we do talk. But for once, this election, all the Nuja should come from the fact that we had our election, and as expected in all of Africa, it was peaceful. That's all we want to. My dear Nanado, Your Excellency, if you're listening to me, I am saying that one of the greatest legacies you can leave is to leave a legacy say, in your time, when we had the election, it was peaceful. And when I'm usual, it was peaceful. And so call me for please, for once, come and back me. And let's all call for peace for the next election. Why am I talking so much? The election is months away. It's months away. But why am I saying these things? You know, it's because the signals that are coming back and forth, if you have your antennas up, you can tell, say, peaceful. Say, so I'm saying, say, so that we can maintain a record of the peaceful elections and maintain that record. Because any peaceful. You see, folks, let me say this. You know, there's something called rigging. And rigging simply means that doing whatever it takes illegally to make sure that you can manipulate the election results. And not even rigging, no. And one thing that we should all be aware of is that rigging does not take place on the day of election. If you want to rig the election, don't wait until the day that people are voting to rig it. No. Rigging takes place long before the election. You know, when you see certain things that do not go well with what we are looking for in the electoral system, it can be called rigging. And yet only on the day of election, even before the election. If you're not comfortable with certain things, voice it out so that the Electoral Commission can realize that people are on this page and on that page, and all we are all looking for is a peaceful, free, and fair election. Why am I talking so much about this? I know that we have a record of democracy in Ghana, in Africa, and I want us to continue with that democracy. But when you hear some of the wranglings going on, it makes you a little bit, Shally. Maybe this time we'll miss it. But I don't want us to miss it. That's all I'm saying. Is because I want the election to be peaceful. Okay? Now listen to this. I'm going to show you a clip of what one person has said. And in fairness, it's only one person, but I want you to say what that can lead to. Take a look at this clip. You see, this is a very respected, active member of the MPP. And if he can mount a political platform and make statements like this, I think they are reckless. You know, statements to the effect that we will not hand over power. Patrol, let's listen to this as a national cause, not a partisan cause. We will not hand over power. Imagine that JJ has said that in his time. That whatever happens, he and JJ, or any president, he will not hand over power. Do you know what that would have meant? Or forget about JJ. Let's say Kufuor has said that. Going into the election, Kufuor says, I'll make sure that so-and-so does not come to power. We'll make sure that they don't come to power. Do you know what that would have meant? Think about it all. Or maybe when Mahama was in power, he too made a statement like that. They were going for the election, but blah, 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 blah. I will not hand over power. What would that have meant? Simply disaster, folks. Disaster. So this thing is something we must take very, very seriously. Let all party members, whether you're MPP, NDC, whatever party you belong to, never mount a platform to talk about we won't hand over power. Because in effect, what you're saying is that we will create chaos. And so be it. Let Ghana bend if it has to, but we won't hand over power. It is wrong. You know, there's something we say in Chi. They say, oh, don't worry, and I know that, folks, once you get onto the political platform, once the audience or the crowd is there cheering you, it is very, very easy to be filled with the spirit of it. Say, and then you say it, free, yeah, power, da. And the crowd will cheer and they will applaud. But trust me, so I guess all I'm trying to say today is this. As we go closer and closer to the election, let's watch the utterances that we bring out. Because that is what is going to decide our fate in the next election.
True.
Oh, Ghana, they were a peaceful country. Ghana is a peaceful country. Ghana is a peaceful country. I know. I'm a peaceful man. You're a peaceful person.
Sure.
And we know that Ghana is a peaceful country. But trust me, everything has limits. And Ghana being a peaceful country, the only thing that can continue the peace in this country is that everybody across the board is convinced that we have had a very free
and fair
and a very, very fair election. If not, there'll be chaos. So we are all in Africa. We have seen the chaos that has taken place in certain African countries. We have seen how many people have died. We see on TV how many people are streaming, refugees, trying to get into other countries. These are very, very disturbing pictures. Let you and I not assume that this is something that will never happen to Ghana. We say that a lot too. Ghana de nyame shrine. Ghana de nyame shrine. Please, let's not push what we believe to be nyame shra to limits where people will start questioning. No. This was not right. I'm saying all of this, folks. I'm saying all of this to suggest that the upcoming election should be very, very, very free and very, very fair. And all of us, as a nation, will realize, easy way, Juma. The thing was free, the thing was fair. End of discussion. You know, but certain things, I told you folks in the beginning that rigging does not happen on the day of election. If you're waiting, like let me die elections now, rigging, you have waited too long. Rigging begins way before the election. Okay? And rigging can come from anyone. It can come from the government. Even the opposition can have certain strongholds that they control, so that even in their strongholds, rigging can take place. So when I say rigging, I don't want the people in the government to assume, say, I'm only talking about government. I'm just talking about something that is free and fair. Whether you're government or whether you're opposition, we want a free and fair system. That's what I'm saying. And please, to the Electoral Commissioner, some people have accused me in private mail to me, say, KSM, Ukasa Budin. It's like KSM, when you're talking names, why do you talk generally? People tell me, KSM, be a man to name names. You know, let me tell you why I don't name any names. I like to name the office. When I talk to the office of the chairman of the Electoral Commission. I don't talk to the Electoral Commissioner. So that what I'm saying now, if J. Mensah is not there, the next person comes, it won't be applicable. No, it will still be applicable. Whoever is on the seat of the Electoral Commission, whoever is the seat as the Electoral Commissioner, is the one I'm talking to, the office. So to the office of the Electoral Commission, please, everything is in your hands. Everything depends on you. Trust me. You are holding now the future of Ghana is in your hands. And just small assignment in there, no. The whole future of Ghana is in your hands. I'm talking about the chairman of the Electoral Commission, not to any one individual, but that seat that is responsible for this duty. So please, I'm saying, no, there are too many little things of late. There could be nothing at all. There could just be things not to worry about, or there could be major things to be worried about majorly. I don't know. But as Electoral Commission, please, whatever it is, no matter how petty it sounds, clear it. Because you don't want to leave the people thinking that there is some irregularities going on. For example, say some BVD machines are missing. Wow. Missing from the office of the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission didn't have any CCTV cameras to monitor all these BVD machines. And they are actually missing. I don't know. But folks, this is what I'm talking about. Is it a fact that these machines are missing? If it is, then people have the right to question, hey, if these are missing, then is that not something irregular? How does that eventually affect the outcome of the election? Because when we talk about rigging, that's what we mean. No? We talk about little things that happen either through voter suppression, either through changing of numbers, either through all kinds of things that you can do that will favor one party and not the other. Okay? This is what we call rigging. So let me say, rigging doesn't take place on the day of the election. Rigging takes place way before the election. So if way before the election, people are saying that two BVD machines are missing, why? What do they contain? And folks, this is the question. How will that affect or not affect the outcome of the election? And when you... But it was there in the top. These two machines, or whatever machines that are missing, how will they affect or not affect the outcome of the election? So this is what we want to hear. So the Electoral Commission comes out and says, oh, these machines are missing crisis, it will have any effect. Or the danger is that this and this and this is what will affect. So because of that, this is what we are doing in place. Where maybe is it rocket science? All I'm saying is that we as a people getting to the election require some excellent communication from the office of the EC. Explain things. Be on the same page with us. And explain. Say the machines that are missing, this is what we are doing to recover them, or this and this is what can do to affect the election. But let's not dismiss it. We can't be dismissive. Unless it is so nothing that we can dismiss it, then tell us. Because of this and these reasons, we cry to have any effect, we can dismiss it. So we know. So, folks, all I'm talking about is that we're getting towards the election. And I know what is going to happen very, very soon. I told you, is it called Ghana Glow or a Glow for Jesus, whatever, they'll be praying for peaceful election. The churches, they'll be praying for peaceful election. The Christian Council, the Muslim Council, the Peace Council, the whatever council, all of us will pray, oh God, give us a peaceful election. Oh Lord, we want a peaceful election. Fine. Go ahead and pray. But I'm saying it is not enough. Have we done what it takes to get a peaceful election? What is the result of this BVD thing that supposedly is missing? How is that being fixed? What is the guarantee that nobody is going to be in the position to rig this election, either nationally or the district level or something? You know, because folks, check this out. The interview, the clip I just showed of my dear friend Brian Champon was talking about how they would never hand over to the NDC. That's a recipe for disaster. I beg you, Mr. Brian Champon, if you want the MPP to win, great. If you think that the MPP will trash the NDC, great. I have no problems with it. Let that happen by people voting freely and fairly. But trust me, once you get on the platform and make a statement that we will make sure that we don't hand over power to anybody, you have created the biggest miscommunication ever in the history of elections. So one time I talked about communication, I talked about what the intent is and what the impact will be. The desired intent will be to just galvanize your followers to follow you and vote. But the impact of that statement will be that whatever it takes to make sure you stay in power, you will do, which, rightly or wrongly, may include rigging. So if that is not your position, then don't put information out that will let people even assume that. Communication is an easy. If I'm sure. That's why you can go and check my program I did on YouTube on communication. I talked about the intent of the message, and I talked about the impact of the message. And basically what I was saying is that if the intention of the message is to do this, A, B, C, D, make sure that that is what you're saying. But don't say A, B, C, D with this intent, but the impact will be E, F, D, H. And I make home, intent and impact to synchronize. So, Charlie, I don't want to talk too much. You know why? The first reason I don't want to talk too much is that every 4 years before an election, we go through this K car, co car. Oh, election, rowdy, say. We always have doubts before the election. Every 4 years, we go through this. But then what? The elections will come, and it will be smooth, and we realize that people have accomplished what they want to accomplish peacefully. So this year, I'm saying this, that the pronouncements that politicians may make is very, very, very crucial. don't make any pronouncement that will mean you are so bent on holding on to power that if you have to rig the election, you will rig it. No. Or don't create the impression that we also mean so much that we are going to take power. That whatever influence that we can also apply to rig the election, we will. Both ends are bad. So let me end this way, folks. People write to me at the time, if you say something and I'm quoting you, then I will mention your name. Like I used the footage for Brian Champon because that is in the public domain. This is what we said, and the whole Ghana heard it. So I can use it. But in terms of maybe the Electoral Commission and other things, from the office, I won't mention any name. So if I mention that it is Mensah and Mensah has no longer there, it means the next person they are not included in what I'm talking about? No. That's why I talk about the office. And I'm telling you that the signals are not that clean. And thanks to God or heaven or the universe, we still have ways to go before we get to the election. So this time and that time, let's use this time to mend all the critical loopholes that we are seeing now. So that by the time we get to the election, everybody is satisfied that everything that needs to be done has been done, and we can be assured that the results of the election is something that we can't contest. The worst thing any country, and I'm talking now not only about any country, but a country like Ghana, after we have made so much more about how we are the beacon of democracy, how we are spearheading the whole democratic movement in Africa, the worst thing is for this country to come up short of that, and then we end up in disarray. This is all I want to talk about in this episode of Talk Shop. Please, let us make sure that we have amended all things. Let us make sure that between now and December, when we have the elections, nobody will have the right to question whether what the EC is doing or whether whoever is doing is right, and that will that affect one party and not the other. That's all I have to say today. So until I come back next week, when I give you more of my views, today all I'm saying is that actually the little signs we're seeing gives the impression rigging may occur. So please, let's kill that even before we get to the election. So until I come back next week, when we tell you more of Talk Shop, where truth crashed to earth will rise again, and where we tell it like it is, and let chips fall where they may. Have a good time. We'll be back.
Enti owura KSM ene akofa no din sam edi abdam no ane ese obanyansafo yebunube na yenka nasem se wutie nsam a owura KSM akana enye obi ena wo so ka kire wo se opese o kire wo se 2024 elections December 7th no said the TBR rigging the krofui o my madwin so American elections no o my madwin said the TBR elections in the American a plan 10 a ade o ma planning o my madwin so American. But as you said, rigging no be successful no the no the ontumi enka. And se rigging no successful de oyeni na de beba kuro mu eno oka akere mo no, because Ghana ni bi ani ho ba betena se ahwe se MPP amanyokui ensam bi di animu bi mu na NDC ni bi ani ho betena se enkwase asama isi 2020 ma nipa mako otwe kumomo ma akufu ado be president no ebesa sibi mu de bia me kasa asem so omampanyin akufu ado mimi hu no say eba no amanyosam amambuo pa de a wagu ne ho anim ase awie ena me ne mo ka sei ono a ne MPP for founding members ne ho keka ho MPP amanyuku na nkasa mumpanyifo ankasa ma yehu sei omampanyini Akufo-Addo na aban eya aban a under the Fourth Republic no aban a wa bompa wa nya de wa haga na fo asai Ghana pa eye omampanyini Akufo-Addo na mamuwe mu enti ohode wasai ni din dada baraka ba ko a omampanyini Akufo-Addo ba be sei aka se omampanyini Akufo-Addo betumi agya Ghana ato ho as a peaceful nation akopa de abusiafo ebedin enti se empanyifo bi wo honom a omunim omampanyini Akufo-Addo betumi atu fo omo dono na omo mpese o sei na chi a omo starting to for omo ne nkasa because I doubt said this man will be able to hand over Ghana peacefully to the next government. Yes, a bad thing. Was said man no me say a no me ne danoso. Yes, a case me and a danoso. I just say oba be repeat like I think say boni ane papa no mu di ye no eno na nyame pese ofa so gu omanim ase ya manisi awiye. You end up leaving this country tattered. Omai no obesay no but omai no besan about on track, but it will go down in history say ono na penso and na Ghana sikasem nyina ebe kwa atwemu like krono awi corruption kan project ebe dia te se wo manmu wiye no firi hono mo a chese bibia oba be chese onusu election ko be free power no wosan ja Ghana wo chaotic scenes mu and okoye saa ne bisi pepepe enti so obi dona na so obi penasama on starting in nkasa because so oteho ema enkrofo a enene nam Lord call me mu kansem hunu efa handing over. They will never hand over to the MDC. They will never hand over power to any party except themselves. Nabra chan pomo kanu oto no ankasa so timi ko repeat omo program ase say ono he would hand over to MPP government no me hunu say these people asembeba dabi enti obi hia like afutufuo power krum ha National Peace Council monko kasa nkyere no mone ne nkasa bibia kyere mu ema yehu se EC Electoral Commission Mensah eda no as commissioner omo peso omu wia elections the plans everything ni omo hyehye nyina kyese omo peso omu wia elections balala emfa they be me say emfa. But the consequences of what they are planning, the evil they are planning against this nation will bounce back at them. It will hit them back. They will regret it. But now are you too late? Time won't be regret. Now are you too late? No one can say diomunya or me diomu o mas say ade na like omo diomunsa ko she sebu ubi abuabianum a chese omo ye omo hwe enye it to be they should rather choose to be make the election free, fair and transparent to save their already disgraceful name. Yes sir. Yes sir. Yura KSM sabi onyin paketo okrum ha. Politics na bia wan fa no ho ankodom mu nke yes sir. He is bigger than most of the politicians we are seeing them today. Wanya abofra. He is smarter, he is wiser, he is intelligent than most of the politicians we are seeing today. Ye the two mima papa we are and I say a man ministerial position you bit me dia ye no. Nye bi na ye huhu nei. But ebia ono e na choose se ono so no ne career mu no ha na obefa. Nti so tu sa free a wo se Ghana fo mpanyifo mutie. Yes. Muntie na munfa na so pam. Munja kokoti no. Obusafo aha PENDREAM TV. Make sure you subscribe to the channel now or like it video Eddie Amaye. Na wo adwenkyere bia wo de ato comment section na ase. Kai hunu say your social media platforms ni nyina so oba ho ba bia e Facebook, oba ba bia e PENDREAM TV, oba Facebook e PENDREAM TV Ghana. Bra honom na be follow yen na hu ye nyoma ye de toto honom e de mamo. PENDREAM TV ese edamu yopo.
Never get me that something. What on your bow? You can't say one thing. You jaw, and you better. Mampam, also on tea. So do go be no bim. Mampam, also on tea. Nani amuka yina guna swati. Move swear. Mampam, also auntie, move soirée. Mampam, also auntie. Once upon a time, animal called Mampam. Any king where them go bring 'em. Mampam said that king know the force. Tiger was a king. Mampam say he know the force. Elephant come, Mampam some better than you. The peaceful creature panda. Mampam said I want to know the force. Lion became a king. Mampam said I want be the worst ever. Monsomire. Mampam now become a king. All the crawling animals, everybody become minister. Ya ton ya color TV, ya dibia so sort of black and white. Oh my equality, oh my attitude upon some cry. Oh my anima tiny yo. Oh my so also auntie, so dogo be no bim. Also yo, nani amuka nyina guna swati, move sware. Mampam, also auntie, move sware. Mampam, also yo. Mampam wait yet say, oh my niece, only the original. Na, oh Jerry will be a moon. No, just what Jan and I be a so will be more. Mampam, what Bobosia, Chan or Hinibia, what to Nakuyana so pen. Ye moon, your dear, I mean some near Cassie some qua. Yet I am talk. Yet your maimu tisama frafo areho sakio tujini oje tuono na odi tuono. Oh yeah, so dogo binu abemu na mampam no swanti no. So dogo binu abemu mube sware. Mampam, also auntie. Babylon's wanting a home, a honey tire, yet in soon. Emra, Kaisayon, Sambra Bejiane. No house to continue so a honey and same course in Senia. Never day at 20 jejum, and an affair as I say so.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.